Hey, 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 what's up, guys? Instagram, Facebook, what's going on? Dr. Jim coming at you from Rubber City Chiropractic South today, and I got a good one for you for the lower back. I know we talk about the lower back a lot, but just seeing a lot of things coming in and out of the office today. This one came up a lot as a fix for some of the lumbar paraspinal releases that were necessary. So a lot of people, I always talk about working out, and I always talk about people who sit at their desk all day long. But that's what we as humans are doing. We're either sitting behind a desk all day, and then we're trying to better ourselves by working out. So we get caught up in these little positions that maybe just give us a little bit too much strain in the lower back, or we're spending too much time in a flex position. And so this is a really good drill to kind of unglue the lower back. So we're not going to hit the glutes today, but we're going to work above the belt line into the lumbar paraspinal muscles near the muscle that's called the QL or quadratus lumborum. So if you guys are into Googling muscles that I talk about, so look up quadratus lumborum, you'll see that there's two thick muscles along the lower back that go from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the pelvic brim. And they're really, really important in keeping you stable when you do bend forward to pick things up, or keeping you upright when you sit or stand all day. So they're very, very important. They are not going to be very happy that we're in there releasing them, but when we're done, they will feel very, very happy and pleased that you did what you did. So I'll show you from behind what I'm going to be putting the ball on specifically. Please don't go over the spine. There's no ball that will ever go over the tip of the spine. You're either going to be working left or right of center, and I'll show you right now. Okay, so if I can give you some landmarks, we are going to be looking at the spine being right up and down the middle, and we're going to be working to the right or left. So the ball will go right here, anywhere a little bit above or below that is fair game, or over here, working south or north. We're not going to be on the bone of the pelvis, and we're certainly not going to be flirting with any of the lower ribs. So stay away from the lower ribs. I don't want you guys at all messing with them or popping them or anything like that. So if you have any questions at the end of this, or let's say that the video is over with, send me some messages. I had a lot of people. We ran this one or something similar to it about 6 months ago, and I had a lot of people who said that they worked too high into the lower ribs and it felt like they kind of irritated the floater ribs. So just make sure if you feel anything that feels pinchy or stabby that you go south of that. I'm not trying to mess with any of the ribs or anything like that. I certainly don't want you popping any out of place. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay on our back. The ball's going to go where I just showed you, and what we want to do is try to bring the knee to the chest little by little. So you're just going to go to the point of tension, breathe in for 4 seconds, out for 8 seconds. The knee will come a little bit closer every time you exhale. After 2 to 3 minutes, we'll switch sides and you'll do the other side, and this should feel awesome when we're done. If you want to test before we do this, go ahead and hit an air squat or sit at the bottom of your squat. See how your hips feel, see how your lower back feels, and then do it again afterwards, and we'll see if it feels any better, okay? So we're going to lay on our backs, take your tennis ball. Oh, by the way, you're more than welcome to use a lacrosse ball if you're crazy. Definitely use the tennis ball first, soften up the tissue, and then if you want to do a second round of 2 minutes, you can introduce the lacrosse ball. But I really feel like you guys should be doing this with a tennis ball first, and then we can flirt with going with something a little bit more intense there. So for today, I'm just going to show you the tennis ball, and we'll go from there, okay? So we're going to take the ball. I'm going to put it under my left side, okay? Be sure to be above the pelvic brim, but below the ribs. And the first thing you're going to notice that it's really hard to not arch your back here. So if I can pull my shirt, you can see that my body wants to arch. I don't want that. I want you to try to flatten the lower back as we start to add the breath, okay? So sometimes you have to lift your butt up like a pelvic bridge or a glute bridge and just rotate the pelvis this way. So in an arched position, there's going to be an anterior pelvic tilt. I want you to posteriorly tilt it, let it sit right back down, and now the fun begins. So some people just need to sit here and breathe, and that's plenty for them. That's fine. 4-second inhale, breathe right into the ball that's sitting down there, and then 8-second exhale. For those of us who want to start to get a little bit more out of the drill, we're going to take the same side leg and grab it with the hands, and now you can feel that tension, okay? Take a big breath in, 4 seconds. Hold and press your knee into your hand. So if I didn't have my hands there, I'm trying to press my knee that way. So I'm pressing my knee into my hands as I hold my breath, and then I'll exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. New breath in for 4. Press your knee into your hands, hold. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got pretty far in just 2 breaths, but if I continue this for about 2 minutes, you will see how much further I can get this knee. I probably can get it to almost touch my shoulder or get within a chakra sign of that, okay? So a couple things I want you to note. If you're bringing the knee to chest and you're getting a pinching right in your hip crease, bring the knee outward and then try to bring it up. That won't pinch anymore, okay? Everybody's pelvis and everybody's hip is a little bit different. I just don't want you guys to run the front of the femur into the front of the hip crease. That's not gonna feel good. You're not gonna get anything out of this. So go a little bit wider and bring it right back up, okay? So you'd run that for 2 minutes. Make sure you 4-second inhale, 8-second exhale. And then when you're done, get rid of the ball and go back and see how much further that feels. You're gonna feel like you can go for days. And you might feel like this lengthened, that you gained another inch in there. Obviously, you're not gaining an actual inch, but you're gonna start to release the tissue and the tension that's in that muscular tissue, and it's gonna feel really, really, really good when you're done. Okay, so do your left side, do your right side. If you feel like you wanted to go back and add a little bit more pressure with the lacrosse ball, go for it. It's gonna feel much better the second time that you do it. The magic really happens when you guys do this stuff day in, day out, okay? So if you start this at the beginning of your week, run it through a full week or 2 weeks, and then go back and see if you need to sharpen up on some of the other drills that we went on. I feel like there's a journey that we go on with mobility where we get like really excited about something and we do it for, you know, a couple days, and then our problem goes away or we don't think about it as much. But as soon as your issue goes away or the pain goes away, that's when you're really starting to get into creating new patterns. And maybe if you could look at it as like now you're breaking through some of those old sticking spots of maybe scar tissue or things that may have been holding you back. So if this drill helps you, don't stop doing it. Put it, you know, I'll let you into a little something I do with a lot of my clients. I have them make a almost like a dartboard, but I'm thinking of you having like a center bullseye and then ring around that and then one more ring around that. The things that you need to be working on the things that you need to be working on daily go in the center of that bullseye. So for mobility work, I mean, you could take this into other facets of life, but if we're doing like mobility work, you put the one, let's say you got 3 things that you know you need to be working on. Put those in the middle, okay? Then the ring around that, let's say if you had extra time, you would work on everything in the middle and then the surrounding ring, okay? Or maybe you just know that you can get to those maybe 5 days a week, not 7 days a week. So you hit everything in the middle daily, and then the ones after that, you go to maybe 5 days a week. And then the third ring outside of that, maybe that's stuff that you've worked on and you're getting really good at it, but you put it as a less important thing, but you're still hitting it maybe 3 or 4 days a week. What I'm trying to get at is like, if you don't have all the time in the day, I know we're all busy, but you can make time for this stuff. This drill takes 2 minutes per side, and if you felt like you want to do one more round of that with a harder ball, that's up to you. So you're either doing 4 minutes of work or 8 minutes of work. Super easy. We all have time for that. You just got to make time for it. But with this little dartboard thing, see if you can't organize yourself into being able to accomplish more and more things throughout the week. Don't stress yourself out about it if you're not getting to it every day, but at least hit your non-negotiables that are right in the middle of that. And if there are 3 things that you work on every day that are just keeping you healthy and keeping things feeling good, then there you go. It keeps you out of my office, keeps you out of a physical therapist's office, or Jesus, keeps you out of a pain management office. But just do the little things daily that maybe I show you, or if you follow any other other social media outlets that are giving you free info. I mean, free info can be dangerous, but it can also be something to where if you find that it helps you, well then shoot, write that one down and do it. I'm not giving you stuff that I think will fix you forever, but if it provides some relief and maybe it does fix you, well cool, like keep doing it. I mean, I don't know your body. I'm speaking to an iPad and an iPhone, so I'm not sure who's out there and who's gonna be listening to this. Maybe somewhere over in Mexico or over in China, someone is able to listen to me and maybe it helps them. That's what this is all about. It's not about, curing anything, but I do want to make sure you guys, go through this stuff daily, see how it feels, and then give me feedback, because it makes me feel good when I hear, little messages like, hey, your little video helped me out with getting out of 15 or 20 years of chronic pain. That one thing we did for the glute helps me be able to walk with my kids at nighttime up and down the street or to go get mail. That's awesome. That's what it's all about. So I won't get too much more sentimental on you, but I just wanted to thank everybody who came in this week. This was an awesome week. I just can't thank you guys enough for being here and letting me take care of you guys. And then for those of you out there in social media world, I appreciate helping you. I may not know all of you, but I appreciate you guys tuning in, and thank you for the feedback. So hope everybody has an awesome Thursday night. Do the drill. Let me know how you feel. And yeah, we'll pick up next week, okay? Have a great night. See everybody. Bye.